Hi everyone, it's Gemma here, yoga teacher and intuitive life coach, here to have a chat to you today about manifesting, which we can also say is creating what it is that you most want in your life. Before I dive into that, I just wanted to mention that someone on my YouTube channel put a note on one of my coaching videos from a couple of years ago actually, and it was such a good reminder, and I want to just say it to you guys today as a bit of accountability to me. So in that video, I think I just got back from a run. I was in my gym kit and I was just talking about how I was feeling at the time. I think it was about being a people pleaser or the disease to please. I'm sure many of you can relate. And it was very open and it was, very vulnerable. And this viewer of my YouTube channel wrote underneath, thank you for being so vulnerable. It really resonated with me. And it was just such a good reminder that I think I have found that as time's gone on, I've tried to be more kind of PC, more of a teacher, and there are times when I definitely don't want to talk about what's really going on with me. And even this morning I was going to do this video and I need to wash my hair and it would have been so easy just to not do it, just be like, I don't, it's not perfect, I don't look perfect, I don't have the perfect plan, or whatever. So I know that doing these videos is a way for me to be of service to you. And so I'm going to make a promise to you and to myself that I'm going to thank you to this person who made the comment to bring it back. I'm going to do these videos no matter what. I'm going to remind myself to be vulnerable, which is how, we can connect with each other. And whether my hair needs a wash or whatever, I'm just going to go for it. So that's a little accountability reminder there from me to you. Right, let's dive in. So, manifestation process. What I want you to do first is go to my blog. I'll put a link below the video. I've written an outline of how this works. And it's a process of 2 layers. And I couldn't think of a better word than layer, but it's right. It's not steps. It's not step 1 and then step 2. It's layers that sit on top of each other like this. You start both at the same time and they run alongside each other. If you can think of a better word for layer, please tell me. I would love to know. So on my blog, I outline clearly a number of steps in each layer. It's really practical. You can get going straight away. So in this video, I'm going to give you an example of the first step of each layer. Yeah? So the first layer is the practical manifestation where we get clear about what it is we really want. We connect with that. We, put that request out to the universe to co-create, join us in that creation. So that's the first layer. And the second layer is that slightly more subtle, more sort of energetic part of it, which, if you know anything about the law of attraction, it's about how your vibration, your energy that you are sort of exuding, that you are living within, how that interacts and reacts with the world around you. And the idea is that your vibration matches the vibration of what you're in close proximity with. So by managing your own energy, you are then able to allow more of what you want to come towards you, which also for me includes connecting with your intuition and getting some really specific guidance for you in terms of what you want for yourself in terms of this specific dream. So let's dive straight in and get into the practicalities, but do have a read of the blog either before or after because it will complete the picture. Okay, so I'm going to give you a real life example, a very simple one. And to be honest, working with these tools, sometimes it is good to stay simple to start with. So it's not like the biggest thing that you've ever wanted. And if you don't get it, you don't know what you're going to do. That's a bit too much pressure. So let's start simple. So for me, I live in London. I have a really sweet courtyard garden right out that window that you can't see right now. And over the few years that I've been here, I've never really put my effort and energy into the garden. I want the garden to be beautiful, like a little sanctuary, and it just never really has been. So this year, one of the things that I would really love to do is to create a beautiful garden that I absolutely love. So there we go, that is my idea. So the first step for me to do is to sit down, have a think about what it is I really want, how I want to feel, and then to write it down. So write it down in the present tense as if it's already happening, what your dream looks like as if you're living it right now. So I did do that, and I'm going to read it out to you to give you an example. So this is my garden dream. I stroll out into the dappled sunshine of my garden and take a seat in one of my favourite spots. I look around at the flower beds full of plants, overgrown creepers covering the fences, and the scent of jasmine and honeysuckle, oh, my favourite, blending with the heat on the paving stones. Sounds like it's summer, huh? I feel the warmth of the sun on my face. I close my eyes and feel grateful for my own little slice of heaven. Oh, doesn't that just feel so great? So my dream, that evokes in me exactly the vision, the feeling, the sort of sense of gratitude, the warmth, the coziness that I really would love to see in my garden. So I'm really clear on what I want. Write it down in the present tense, have it evoke that emotion that makes you think, yeah, this is really what I want. Okay, that's the first step of the first layer. So I'm gonna move right on to the next layer, which is the more energetic side of things, and we're going to employ your intuition straight away, straight out of the gates, by one of my favorite tools to use to access your intuition is oracle cards. These are my favorite. These are actually tarot cards. Can you see that? So these are my favorite at the moment, and these cards, I mean, some people get a bit freaked out by cards. For me, it is just a really useful tool to use to enable you to connect with your imagination and then your intuition. So let me show you how it works. So when I wrote out my dream, I pulled a card, and this is the card that I got. Can you see that? There we go. So that card is called Temptation. Right, so I pulled this card out, and what I'm going to do is have a look at this card and see, what do these images on this card say to me? What does the symbolism mean to me? And in doing that, I start to engage my imagination, which then enables me to access my intuition in a much kind of clearer way than if we're just sitting looking out the window. So for me, it's so interesting. As you can see, she's lying on an apple, which is obviously a fruit that you might find in the garden. She's also covered with a leaf, which again, very garden. Here we go, there's a little vine coming down with more fruit. So for me, this is very encouraging because it's saying, yeah, this is all about it's really kind of tapping into that element of growth, garden, plants, etc. It's telling me this is the right card that's coming up. When I look more at the card, I can see she's sleeping on the job, which to me says I haven't really put in the effort and the energy, perhaps, that is required to create such a heavenly little garden. And also there's a big pile of cash here. It's a box full of money. Now, what that is saying to me is I haven't invested financially in the garden in a way that it would be required in order to make it as lovely as I want it to be. Now, also, this box of money is open. Now, that is saying to me that the cash is there, I'm just not spending it on the garden. Oh yeah. So that's what that says to me. It's affirming, it's encouraging, it's giving me some insight into perhaps what has been an obstacle for me and what direction to move in. So I know now, with the help of my trusty card, that I need to spend some energy, some time, some money creating that garden. These are the things that I haven't been doing. These are the obstacles that I've been coming up against. So sometimes when we're in this process, if it's a bit more of a kind of heartfelt or a bit of a deeper seated dream, the obstacles that can come up can be internal. They can be self-belief, they can be, self-criticism, imposter syndrome, trauma that we've experienced, whatever it might be. And the cards can help us dig a little bit deeper and get some clarity on what those things are as well. So for me, very practical. Want to create a garden, have my beautiful dream, creating this little slice of heaven. The obstacles and the reason why I haven't done it in the past is because I haven't put in the energy, the effort, all the money in order to do so. So that's really clear. So now I can jump into action towards my dream. So for me, that's going to be contacting people that do know about gardens. I don't know about gardens. That's going to be contacting gardening professionals. That's going to be researching, looking into all the different options that there might be, getting some quotes maybe for people to help me. And then from the more intuitive side, that's going to be just taking care of my own energy, which is just a bunch of self-care, whatever your favorite self-care practices are, whether it's saying affirmations in the mirror, whether it's lovely long walks by the river for me, or in the park or in nature, to keep your energy high, to keep your vibration high, keep your energy in line with what it is you really want, keep taking action, contacting the gardener, and continuing to do those things in parallel. These two layers is how we really create a tried and tested, powerful manifestation process that really works, that is practical, but also brings in our intuition and that more spiritual, intuitive side. For more, go to the blog, the link's below. That will give you, more of a full story. So I hope that's really helped just to kind of workshop what we're doing and to give you a bit of insight into how to get going. If you have any more questions or are uncertain about anything, obviously comment below, pop me an email. I'm here to help. And I'd love to hear how it goes and what you are creating in your life. Okay, sending so much love. Mwah.